Welcome to another episode of That Crazy Triangle Guy. Here we are looking at Bitcoin US dollar index on the hourly time frame, and I just wanted to record this because we are at the neckline of our head and shoulders pattern that we have been speaking about in the past couple of videos. Just as we predicted at the end of the day on Sunday here, ready to break through there, and then we will be retesting our previous all-time high from last bull cycle at about 69,000. So I don't know. Do we shoot right through? So it's an hour before the end of the day, 50 minutes left before the end of the week, end of Sunday, and we start a new day. So, it's anyone's guess what happens here. Do we just punch right through and end the week gloriously? With do we end the week positively and and just destroy everything everyone else has been talking about with all their bearish reversals and all this other bullshit? Oh, that would be funny. Or more likely, what I would expect is that we just kind of come up here, maybe hit 69, come back down, retest the top of the head and shoulders pattern, and I wonder if a lot of people go long here. That would make sense if we come up here, maybe even break through a little bit, come back down, liquidate all those people, and retest the top of the neckline, and then take off possibly sometime Monday morning when U.S. market opens. That would be my guess as to what happens. But let's just review. Let me go on a 4-hour chart. There's our head and shoulders pattern there. The little red X there is the bearish scenario, in case, if we did not bounce here at this green channel, that would be the next leg down, and that did not happen. As it turns out, the charts give you lots of options, bearish and bullish. So we just look at them and kind of try to get an idea of what could happen if we go this way, what could happen if we go that way. And first of all, you got to understand this part of the cycle we're into and the environment we're in right now. Bitcoin's scarce. Everybody wants Bitcoin. It's not, if it goes down here like this, even as far as it went down here, this is a lot of manipulation. The guys behind the scenes, the exchanges and the market makers and all that. All this was a lot of liquidity leverage, a lot of excessive leverage getting sucked up, and it paid off for them. I guess, I assume it did. And now we got to take it back up a notch. So this channel is about learning and trying to make predictions, trying to guess what the market's doing. And I'm constantly doing that, and I might get it wrong a lot of times. I remember I was looking at this as a possible head and shoulders reversal pattern. Now, albeit I was stretching it here, and this is very, very steep, but I knew it was coming. I knew it was coming out of this bull flag retracement here, that eventually we would have that. And sure enough, that's what we did right here. And it's pretty obvious, especially with the very straight neckline here. When a lot of people were looking up here at the top, calling this a head and shoulders pattern, that's a bunch of BS. It's not. It's not. It's clearly not. I mean, and you don't have one that goes straight across like that. Usually they're angled because they're the intersection of two slopes. Um, well, and in their defense, you do because this is an intersection of this channel here and this channel here, and but it's not a macro reversal. It's a reversal into this bull flag retracement, and we had that, and now we have another one here, another head and shoulders pattern here, inverse, and we're reversing back upwards, and we're continuing on. And we've broken through the neckline. So let's see what happens. I don't know how far we could shoot up all the way. This is the target right here. And then when I draw the target, I try to, put it at a height where it intersects like this channel or this, the side of this channel or the center line of this channel, but possibly maybe over here, or possibly even interacting with something else, or possibly we even shoot up further. But so that's that. But when I did see this pattern starting to form as we were coming down here. This is on the 4-hour, mind you. And I estimated this channel a couple different times, and then finally realized as we were treading sideways here that, and I hope you remember, if you, first of all, I go over stuff. I hope you watch the whole videos, because the process is built based on what we've said before. And I realized when we started going through the previous channel that I had placed this wrong. And when I placed it here, the center line here on the head, and here on this wick here with the top of the channel here, I went over all this in the previous video. I'm just going over it again. That was the proper placement of the channel. And when I go to the hourly, you'll see here, although we did come outside it a little bit, when we did do this, that was to liquidate some leverage. But essentially, we are following right along the slope of the edge of this channel and have just busted through the neckline. So that is all great. Great, great, great. And a lot of times I like to really look at the 5-minute chart here. So as we were formed our right shoulder, and remember I said we came down here to get some leverage. Let us look. So when we look at the chart where we did come out of this channel here and here, you can see on the heat map that was right here in this area and in this area to suck up all that. And it said before we take off and go up this channel, let's grab some of that. Let's grab some of that. Anyway, that looks to me like deviations from, nice smooth coloring outside the lines, I would say, is just grabbing people being silly. So on the 5-minute chart here, the point was, really wanted to, you can see the interaction, really the interaction with the lines a lot better on the 5-minute chart. How we close candle bodies right on there, dance right along the line. It's really neat to watch. And so here we are on the neckline. So anyway, so we got a let's go to a daily chart because we are going to be, what am I doing? I was already there. This is what I want to do. Daily chart. Let's look at our daily candle. Nice. And our daily RSI. Nice. I drew a trend line. Looks like we are going to, looks to me like we're going to be going up this trend line here. And that takes us into the halving. The blue vertical line is the halving. So I imagine we're going to see a nice upward movement into the halving in the next few weeks. And at that time, then, we will be getting into May when we're supposed to walk away. And that would make perfect sense that we did come down through here. Also, what I'm looking at is that this would be a good time to fall back into the daily Gaussian channel. And the green line here is June 17th. That's the prediction, my prediction of when the parabolic bull run is going to start. I don't know. I've been saying this for a long time, since August of last year. So sometime between June 17th and the beginning of July is when to expect the parabolic bull run to start in my mind. And that makes perfect sense with what we're seeing here, falling through there and into the Gaussian channel before starting that bull run. Because once we start the, well, I was going to say once we start the bull run, we got to stay out of the Gaussian channel, but that's not true. We fall back into it several times. In the past we have. Let's switch to a weekly. See where we stand there. Here is the weekly. And now this, on the weekly, this line earlier had been almost touching our trend line here, our weekly trend line. And now it's way up there. So, yeah. Looks like this could continue on upwards and then again maybe possibly fall through here the end of April, early May. Those are both jiving with one another here. And then we see a dump or well, I mean into May and into June, but that would be from a much higher point than where we're at right now. Let's look at the weekly candle that we're forming here, because others were calling like a evening star formation or whatever, but it is apparently getting invalidated right now with this nice hammer, big red hammer that's forming for this week. So you know what? I don't really have a lot else to say here. I just wanted to get a video when I saw us breaking through the head and shoulder thing here, and we will just see what the week brings. I imagine that we'll continue onwards and upwards in this pink channel. And you see, oops, come here. You see this target here from the inverse head and shoulders pattern is around 75,000. And we also have the blue top of our blue parallel channel up here around 76, 77,000. And this, I believe, is, yep, no, yeah, okay. We have the center line here. The green dotted line is the center line of our next green channel that we're moving in up above the lower green channel. And that sits around 82,000. And that is all this week. We could move up to 80,000, see around 82,000 this week, or at least upper 70s. But I imagine it's going to be pretty choppy because this is unknown territory, and we want to build up a lot of price action in this whole region, so we can fill this guy up. Where is he? Right there. Oh, do I not have it? Oh yeah, I got it turned on. Let's go on a weekly. So we want to build up some bars right here. We did build these up, right? You know what? I'm going to fix this. There, I just made the bars bigger. So what we've done the past week or so, however long, I don't know, is that we filled up, we put in we filled these bars. We made these bars bigger right here between 62,000 and 69,000. We filled in that little hole there, which was very important to do. And now I imagine we'll spend some time between 69 and 80,000 and fill up some stuff in there. Maybe we go all the way to 100 by the halving. I don't know. Well, that'll be stuff for another video. So before we go, let's just look at where we're at. Turn that guy off. And I wanted to look at the Gaussian channel too. So let's go to a daily and Gaussian channel. There we are. I kind of did estimate where I thought the Gaussian channel is going, and I probably talked about this in another video. But here we are at the halving, and here we are currently over here. So where's 80,000 up here? Yeah, see, from where we've been right now, and we had this retest, I do think we're going to go up to like 82,000 or maybe even more. Heading into the halving, and then maybe it's probably going to be pretty volatile here, I imagine. Especially since they're trying to suck up as much Bitcoin as they can. They're going to play games and try to liquidate a lot of people, and scare you and make you think we're dumping. I wouldn't even be surprised if people started calling a double top right here. They will. I'm sure they will. And at like whatever 73. So don't get feared out of your Bitcoins. So, and then whatever we do right around or after the halving, we should be getting pretty close to this Gaussian channel right here. And then we could have a pullback, maybe down all the way back down to 69. Wouldn't surprise me. Would not surprise me in the least if we did see something like that. Back down to 69. And trade a little sideways or whatever, and then boom, blast off in July, June and July. Anyway, okay, so let's turn off the Gaussian channel. Get those guys out of the way. Go back to let's go back to the 5-minute chart and see what's happening. Oh, look at. Yeah, that's what happens when we test it. Look at. See, it's fun to watch it on the 5-minute chart because you can see how they wick through and close their candle bodies and whatever. So I'll leave that for you to do the rest of your day. Sit there and watch the 5-minute chart. Oh, look at us dump. Look at us go. You know what? Let's look at the. Let me take a look at this guy for a second. Let's refresh this. Let's go to a 12-hour. And okay, I don't see any liquidation really building up here. I mean leverage building up. I think everyone's being smart now. I'm just waiting to see what happens. All right. So tune in next time to see what happened, or just look at your own chart. All right. Bye.